Welcome, parents. Thank you for joining the counselors for program verification. We are very excited to connect with you this school year. Carr has two school counselors. I am Mrs. Vidrios.
Hello, I'm Miss Amaya.
During today's presentation, we will be covering how you and your child can contact the school counselor during distance learning and hybrid learning. We're also going to show you how to check on different teachers' classroom expectations and assignments, and we will also share some resources with you.
Let's start by going over how parents can make contact with the school counselor. The first option is to make a request for the school counselor to contact you. Requests are submitted online via the Carr website or via the following link. At the end of this presentation, we will demonstrate how to access the request to make an appointment with the school counselor on the Carr website. The next option is to call or text the school counselor during the following hours of 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. This option is only available during complete distance learning, so when the counselors are not and students are not at school at all. The phone number for Mrs. Vidrios, who covers last names that start with the letter A through L, is here. It starts with the 657 area code. And the phone number for Miss Amaya, who covers students with last names that begin with the letter M through Z, is right here. It starts with the 714 number. The next option is to call the school counselor directly to their office line during the hours of 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. This is only during hybrid learning, and hybrid learning is when your child is going to school part-time and is learning from home part-time. So that means that the counselors will be at school at least part-time. Once again, the phone number for Mrs. Vidrios, who covers last names A through L, is right here. And then the phone number for Miss Amaya, who covers students with last names M through Z, is right below. The final option, if you would like a face-to-face communication with the counselor, and this is during distance and hybrid learning. To have a face-to-face meeting with the school counselor, we will be doing them via Zoom, which is the way that you're viewing this presentation right now. And you will make contact with the school counselor. You let them know that you would like a face-to-face meeting, and we'll send you a link for Zoom so that we can have a virtual meeting via Zoom. We can either text you that link or we can email it to you, and you can let us know when we speak. Next, let's go over how students can make contact with the school counselor. The first method is to make a request for the school counselor to contact the student. Once again, those requests are made online via the Carr website. The second option is for students to either call, text, or engage via Zoom with the school counselor during office hours. And office hours will be from Monday through Friday between 2:30 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. Only during distance learning, complete distance learning, which means students are not going to the school building at all. The phone number is listed right here for Mrs. Vidrios and Miss Amaya. And then only during hybrid learning, which means that students are going to school part-time and learning from home part-time, the phone number will change because that means that the counselors will be at the school site for certain periods of the day. So you can contact us at our office directly, and the phone numbers are listed here for Mrs. Vidrios and Miss Amaya. Students can also make contact with the school counselor via virtual visits with the school counselor and peers. We will be hosting these virtual visits one time per week, and the dates and times for the visits will be listed in our Google Classroom once school starts. The virtual visit is an opportunity for students to engage in fun activities and conversation with the counselors and with fellow Astros. Activities include, but they're not limited to, social emotional learning activities, scavenger hunts, mindfulness practice, coping skills, virtual games, contests, special DJ performances, and prizes. And we also add activities based on student interest and student request. So it's ever changing. We'll also have available a Google Classroom, which gives students 24/7 access to social emotional learning resources, such as mindfulness guides and videos, coping strategies, announcements, wellness check-in surveys, so we can be monitoring how your child is doing, self-care activities, and other items as requested by students and parents alike. And finally, all students who are enrolled at Carr will receive a link to join the Google Classroom via email. It's going to be sent to their school email during the first week of school. Finally, how can parents and students check on teachers' expectations and assignments? This is a question that we don't often get asked for by students, but we do get asked a lot by parents. How can I check what my child is supposed to be working on when they're at home? How can I check if my child is completing their assignments? So the way that you can check what the teacher's expectations are and the assignments is by going to Google Slides. Google Slides are accessed via the Carr website. I'm showing right here instructions to get on there, but like I mentioned earlier, at the end of the presentation, I will demonstrate how you can access each of these different resources. So after Google Slides, we have the Aries Parent Portal. And what the Aries Parent Portal offers parents is all of the information that the counselors can look at. So your child's grades, your child's assignments, if they're completing them, your child's test scores. So you have full access to the counselor screen, and you have it 24/7 at your disposal. You can access Aries Parent Portal via the Carr website, and also by downloading the SAUSD or Aries mobile app to your cell phone. And that way, touch of a button, you have that information available to you. Finally, if you want to see how your child is doing in a specific class, why they have a specific grade, or your child tells you something doesn't make too much sense, you can email the teacher directly. And we have created a teacher directory that you can access via the Carr website under the counseling tab. And at the end of the presentation, I'll demonstrate how to access all of these resources.
We also have some resources for you from the district as well as Carr. We have the district hotline that you can call with any questions that you may have. The number's here. We also have district support. So social workers are available for telephone check-ins and counseling support for students. Students may contact the number listed here. We have the Carr hotline number for any Carr-related questions, and this is during distance learning. If you are on social media, we encourage you to also follow us on Instagram at Carr Astros to get updates, and we also have announcements on there as well, and sometimes we announce contest winners. There is also the Chromebook repair line, so if your child is having issues with their Chromebook, you can contact the district number. And it's by appointment only, but you may contact this number for any questions. For any questions in regards to enrollment, you may contact our registrar using the link provided on here. She has a form that you can fill out, and she will reach out to you directly, and we will show you at the end of this presentation how to make that request. Listed here are some mental health and medical resources. Please note that if your child is experiencing suicidal thoughts, please contact 911 or take your child to the nearest emergency room. Here are some suicide prevention resources. These are some hotline numbers that you or your child may call for support. If you're experiencing or your child are worried about COVID-19, you may call the number here or visit the website for further information. Listed here are some additional mental health and medical resources. There's a crisis text line. Counselors are available 24/7, so they can connect about anxiety and anything related to COVID-19. There's a number that you can text. For any medical questions, you may call the OC Healthcare Agency's number or visit their website. And listed here as well are some LGBTQ support resources.
At this time, we're going to demonstrate how to request contact from the school counselor for both parents and students. And we're also going to demonstrate the teacher and counselor email directory, how to access the registrar request for contact form, and how to access Google Slides and Aries Parent Portal. So the first thing we would do is go to the Carr website. And the link for the Carr website is SAUSD. I'm highlighting it at the top in purple, sausd.us/Carr, C-A-R-R. You can also Google Carr Intermediate School, and it'll give you the web link to the school. This is Carr Intermediate's homepage. And so if you see at the top right now, home is highlighted in white. All of the resources that we discussed during this presentation are going to be in this blue ribbon. So let's go to the counseling tab first, because that's where you can make a request for contact with the school counselor. So you would go over to counseling. It just highlighted in white. Click on counseling. So let's click. And it'll take you to the counseling department homepage. You see there's a few links here, and they're all different for different resources. The first one is for students. So if your child wants to make a request for contact with their school counselor, they would use the blue link. If a parent would like to make a request for contact with the school counselor, they would click the red link. If a teacher would like to make a referral to the school counselor for a student that they may have some concern about, maybe have some worries, they can make referrals to us via the black link. And then the purple link is a directory of teacher emails and the counselor email. So let's first click on the students link. And it'll take your child to a Google form where they'll put their name, their student ID, their grade. They'll tell the counselor a little bit about what's going on. Who would they like to speak to Mrs. Vidrios or Miss Amaya? And then what's the best number to reach them at? Since we're currently in distance learning or possibly hybrid learning this year, or at least this semester, then we'll need to contact them via the telephone. So if they can please provide a number, and then they click submit. Once they click submit, the information will go to the counselors. Only the counselors view this information, and then we will be able to contact your child however it is that they requested for us to contact them. If a parent would like to request contact with the counselor, they would click on the red link, which says parents click here to make an appointment. That link takes parents to a Google Forms so that the parent can also let the counselor know how they would like us to contact them. So you'll attach your email address, you'll put your name, your child's name, your phone number. What's the best time to contact you? Anytime during the day between 8 and 3:30, in the morning between 8 and 11:30, or in the afternoon between 12 and 3:30. So you'll select your option, and we are going to do our best to contact you during that time frame. Finally, the last question is to please provide the reason why you would like to speak to the school counselor. That way, if we need to prepare any resources in advance or anything of the nature, we can be ready when we contact you. Finally, click submit. The counselor get that information, and we will get in contact with you as soon as possible. Let's go back to that counseling webpage. And so finally, the last link on here that you would use as a parent or your child would use is the directory of teacher emails. If you click on that link, which is the purple link, it'll take you to a PDF that you can download. It has the email for every teacher and counselor at Carr Intermediate. It has their name and their email address. That way you can reach out to teachers directly via email. It's the best way to get in touch with them. Okay, so let's go back to the home page for Carr. And I want to show you where you can access Google Slides. And Google Slides, again, is where you can see what the expectations are in each of your child's classroom and also see what assignments are being assigned by the teacher. So in order to access the Google Slides, you would go again to the blue bar on top and you would click on the word teachers. So it just highlighted in white up here, teachers. We're going to click on it. And you're going to see a directory with every teacher at Carr Intermediate. So you'll look for the teacher whose class you want to check. So let's say you want to check on Dr. Poderoso. So we'll click on Poderoso Cherie. And you see she has a couple different options. So science grade 7, her syllabus, and then her email and contact information. To see her Google Slides, let's click on the subject. So science. And it'll take us to her Google Slides. So she's making her Google slide per week. This was the week for last school year from May 18th to May 22nd. It shows that this is for both 7th and 8th grade integrated science. Here's the question of the week. Here are the objectives that the student must meet this week. Here's the activity that they will be working on this week. And then lastly, down at the bottom, it shows the standards that are being covered this week with the activities. And then there's also a video. So keep in mind that each teacher's Google Slides and their webpage will look a little bit different, but they will all essentially have the same components. And if you ever want to see what your child was doing a month or 2 months ago, you can see here on the left that you can scroll through the different Google Slides that this classroom has had all year long. So now we're going to get out of here. And we are going to go back to the Carr homepage so that we can show you where to access Aries Parent Portal. So if you don't already have it on your cell phone, I strongly encourage you to download the Aries Parent Portal app onto your cell phone or the Santa Ana Unified School District app onto your cell phone, because that way you push a button and you have the Aries information at your disposal. And it's all of the information that the counselors look at, all the assignments, test scores, current grades, and it's live. So in order to access Aries, you would go to Parents. You see I highlighted it up here. You would click on Parents, and it's going to give you a directory of resources for parents. So right now we want to go to Aries Parent Portal, which is under the letter A. We're going to click on there. And it's going to give you some instructions in case you don't have access to Aries or you've never accessed it. If you already know how to access Aries, you have an account, then you can just click on Welcome to Aries Parent Portal, the purple box here. If you don't and you'd like to create your own account, there's 2 videos here that'll show you in both Spanish and English how you can create that Aries account. So you click on Welcome to Aries Parent Portal. It's asking you for an email. If you have a personal account, then you would put your email. If you use your child's account, then you would put your child's school email. You click Next, and then the next screen looks the same, but it asks for the password. If you have your own account, you use your own password. If you're using your child's account, then you use your child's date of birth in number format, and it'll be 6 digits. So for example, if the birthday is June 21, 2001, you would put 06212001. Now I want to show you how to access our registrar's form so that you can make contact with her should you need to. Once again, you'll go to the Carr website. You'll go to the blue ribbon on top and go to Parents again. So it's the same place that we just accessed Aries. So Parents highlighted white, let's click. And we're gonna go down to registration. So it just underlined here. I'm gonna click on registration. And you'll see here that she has a link that says enrollments. You would click on there to complete her form so that she can contact you. She's asking a few questions, and then you click submit at the end, and she'll make contact with you as soon as she's able to. So that is a demonstration of all of our resources. It is a lot of information, so please be aware that this presentation and PowerPoint will be posted on the Carr website under the Counselors tab. So the same place that you go and make an appointment to request contact with the counselor, we're gonna have this video and PowerPoint located under that tab as well. So at this time, we'd like to thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this presentation, and we look forward to having a great school year with you and your child. In case you'd like to email us, the email address for Mrs. Vidrios is located right here. It's myra.vidrios@sausd.us. She covers last names for students with last names A through L. And the email address for Miss Amaya is located below. She covers students with last names that begin with the letter M through Z, and her email is inez.amaya@sausd.us. Thank you and have a wonderful day.